breaking the matrix, breaking the veil, getting to that other side.
Breaking the matrix, breaking the veil, getting to that other side. Breaking the matrix, breaking the veil, getting to that other side.
Breaking the matrix, breaking the veil, getting to that other side. Breaking the matrix, breaking the veil, getting to that other side.
Whew, this is quite interesting, just woke up from a long nap apparently, and wow, a lot of things to talk about, I'm John Rasmus. Let's talk about a few things. This video isn't about anything in particular, just me ranting and rambling and raving and whatever the case may be, right? Whew. Those channels that say truther, truth. There's some schlub in a basement making up the truth, you see. It's true to him. Doesn't mean it's true. Don't trust anything and everything just because it has truth on the trademarked brand name. From the Matrix movie 1999, Morpheus is like, you've seen it, You want to take the night quill or do you want to take the day quill? And Neo takes the day quill and he wakes up and he sees what the Matrix really is, that it's a crap hole created by AI, advanced computer civilization, took over planet Earth, and they're running a simulation. I do not believe we are in a simulation. I find it a bit fascinating that Elon Musk and others are more inclined to believe we're in a simulation because perhaps they've seen some strange things and they can't explain it. So instead of going the spiritual direction, they go the exact opposite of the spiritual direction and try to come up with an excuse for spirit. I don't know if Elon Musk or anyone in particular who is persuaded towards a computer simulation reality, not a base reality, but it's about to rain. Speaking of reality, the weather department, they're always on schedule. It's going to rain. The ants told me it's going to rain. The ants scurrying about, that's when you know it's going to rain. The ants like to prepare. They're getting all the supplies they can. They don't know how long it's going to rain. They just sense that moisture on that small level that they are. They really sense it. I focus on truth, but people are going to take it. People are going to leave it. Most people are going to leave it. Most people see this channel as entertainment. It's not. If this channel was entertainment, I'd have a manager, I'd have an agent. I don't have those things. I'd be networked in with the entertainment channels. I'm not networked in. There's no script. I got the idea for this entrance from a dream. A lot of my ideas come from dreams. I had an elaborate dream in 2002. It lasted for 3 dreams. I went to sleep, I had a dream, very lucid, very elaborate, very colorful characters. I was like in a movie. I was like in a book. But that book and that movie didn't exist. It was exclusively in my dream. And then I went to bed the second night and the dream continued from where it left off. And then I went to bed the third night and it continued where it left off. And then I never had them ever again. I might get glimpses of them, but never like the 3 dreams in a row. J.K. Rowling, she said her Harry Potter book series was inspired by dreams. The writer of The Nightmare on Elm Street, the Freddy Krueger author, He said all of his movies came from dreams or nightmares, whatever you want to call them. And he said when the dreams stop, the movie scripts are going to stop. But my dream was definitely more fantasy, more J.K. Rowling. I think he was inspired. I think I'm supposed to write it in a book. It's fantasy though, it's not reality. But it was very real. I'm not going to describe what it is and what it was. It was me as the main character and a group of people, very small group, and we ventured and we found a portal. And that's as far as I'm going to go. You might as well, that's a very generic concept, so I'm willing to share that much. Portals, they get the old Stargate is based on a true story. In Persia, they're hiding actual Stargates. Yeah. Believe what you want to believe. But the actual scenario is where you actually see the reality, know the reality. Reality is going to be different from person to person, which is why, witnessed by 5 people. All 5 of those people taken into a courtroom will describe something slightly different every time. It'll be slightly different every time. Because people's cognitive abilities to remember are very limited. People forget stuff. I can tell you I was at a stop sign in a grocery store. I was at a stop sign. I wasn't going anywhere. I was stopped at a stop sign. And a guy on a bike going down the hill didn't see me. I think there was a bush, maybe it's some type of utility box, and there's a stop sign, and I don't think he was really paying too close attention. Whatever the case, he slid and basically rolled over my hood of my brand new car, scratched it and scraped it, and his bike went its own direction and bent my front license plate. And I noticed a good 2-3 people stopped. And immediately these 2-3 people, I could tell by the expression on their face, looking at me, thought that I hit the guy when I was parked at a stop sign the whole time. No big deal. It's just I got out and I said, "Are you okay?" He said, what happened? I said I was parked at the stop sign the whole time. The cops got there and they said he wasn't supposed to be going down on that sidewalk. He was supposed to be going up. He's supposed to be going down on the other side. Everything was fine. We went our own ways. Don't need to elaborate on it. Everything resolved peacefully, except for my car being scratched. The truth. Breaking the matrix. Breaking the veil. Getting to that other side. It's all 100% spiritual and spirit related. If you don't think it's spiritual and spirit related, we're on a different page. You and me are on a different page. Spirits, when they talk, if you want to find evidence of ghosts, it's exciting. Yeah, let's find evidence of ghosts, spirits. It can be exciting until you get that huge amount of evidence. What do you do with it? What do you do with all this evidence? You upload it. You know what? The format of YouTube itself is like a funhouse mirror. This right here is like a funhouse mirror, which is why I do dress it up and play it up and dress it up and play it up sometimes, because it's a fun funhouse mirror. It's a clown mirror. And no matter how dead serious you are on a subject, showing evidence of you risking not only your life, but your spirit, perhaps your eternal soul, for some evidence to show to this funhouse clown mirror. And no matter how dead serious and real it is, the response is going to be, that's going to be the response every time. For people that don't believe spirits exist, they'll find it insulting in a way that you found evidence. They'll find it insulting. They'll be like, hey, you obviously faked it. I don't know how you faked it, but screw you. That's going to be a very common response from an atheist. I don't fake my evidence. It's real. It's the real deal. I'm wearing these sunglasses because it's the same sunglasses I wore back during that pyramidical intro, and I wanted to recreate it. But the sun is in my face a little bit. It is about to rain, as I said. Spirits, ghosts, when they talk to you on a recording device, such as this one right here, you're rarely going to hear their voice. You only hear it after you play it back. Because there's a dimensional boundary. The dimensional boundary is literally an actual membrane of the universe. The structure, geometry of the actual universe itself separates the dimensions. Any entity you cannot see is in a dimension above you. Period. That's the reason why they are invisible. That's one of the benefits of being a higher dimensional entity to a lower dimensional entity, us humans, is you're automatically invisible. When they try to communicate with us vocally, verbally, on a recording device, it sounds like this. It sounds like they're underwater. You can barely hear them. You can barely hear them because they're trying to talk to us right up against what ends up being a dimensional barrier. The dimensional barrier, interesting. It's very interesting. It's kind of like a pillow. It's like talking through a pillow to someone. You could barely hear them. You could barely make it out, barely understand it. And occasionally, you can hear a full sentence. That's not a spirit, is what I heard. After one of the amazing viewers pointed it out to me, I went back and listened to it. At the Tucson, Arizona tunnel, haunted tunnel connected to the slaughterhouse, a very famously haunted location which was closed. But that tunnel is always open. I'll definitely go back at least one more time. The haunted parking lot here and there, I'll go back. Why don't I go back every day? Because I already know. I'm a knower. I already know. Even going into this ghost investigation stuff, I already knew. I already know. I'm just trying to collect evidence. Here it is. To me, the evidence is like, there's something. I already knew spirits existed, but there's a nice archive documentation of that location. Interesting, but I already knew, so it doesn't blow me away too much. It does blow me away when I hear it for the first time, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. To a non-believer, an atheist, and some people say, oh, but I'm an atheist, but I believe in some of those ghost shows. Well, then you're not a full-blown die-hard atheist, because full-blown die-hard atheists don't believe in spirits at all, period. Oh, but that's not true. The definition is of God, a God. Last I checked, the Great Spirit is the deity, is the God of the Native American Indians. If you believe one spirit might exist out there, why can't that one spirit be the Great Spirit? If you believe in many spirits out there, why can't one of them be the Great Spirit? Therefore, you automatically believe in the possibility of the Great Spirit, the actual deity and God of the Native Americans, if you are open and accepting of the possibility of spirits and ghosts. I just heard a very loud rustle in the grass. Could be a bunny rabbit. Could be a spirit. I never jump to conclusions, but I know spirits exist. And when you know spirits exist, they're a lot more open to appearing to you. I just ordered 2 new night vision cameras. I will do full reviews of them and show you what they are. And then I will use this camera, which does have night vision. I will click it right now. It's daytime, so it's not going to look so great. But this is that's the night vision. This camera is phenomenal. This camera I paid $500 for, but it retails for around $700. So I got a good deal. I can't afford to get a second one. So I got 2 Panasonic tiny 2015 GoPro-like cameras that have an infrared lens designed for the device. The number one tip I would give to ghost hunters, ghost investigators, don't hunt them, just investigate. Just observe and report. Don't harass, don't bother, but that would be the number one tip I would leave up perhaps. But concerning camera equipment, you want a camera with night vision, but specifically you want a camera with an infrared lens, not a modified full spectrum lens. A modified full spectrum lens, it breaks the camera, purposely allowing everything in. The UV rays, all the different light rays, including the night vision. But it's not just night vision, it's night vision with a bunch of junk mixed in. It's too much. You're letting too much in. So for spirit evidence, ghosts definitely are carefree and are willing to move stuff at night. In the pitchness of dark, they feel comfortable doing so. The veil between the dimensions is thinner in the middle of the night for one reason or another. Ancients had many theories on why the veil was thinner at night. They had astrological reasons. I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to say it's, from what I've experienced firsthand, the case that a good 90% of my spirit interactions were at night. Sure, a good 10% were probably during the day. So the day is not an impossible factor. I remember one of my only REM pod went off at around 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Very peculiar time, very unusual. Someone's singing behind me. I don't know if you can hear that. But camera equipment for a ghost investigator, you're going to want to use infrared lenses, specifically not full spectrum. Full spectrum, you see the professionals snap a few photos with full spectrum, but you notice the professionals don't walk around with a full spectrum camera because they don't really do much, they don't work, they let too much light in. You're going to get glares of too much stuff. Infrared is the perfect spectrum of seeing potentially a ghost. With this very camera I filmed on the grist mill video, can you make your presence known? A mist-like creature, a mist entity, a ghost, a spirit that is 100% authentic. I would stake my life on the authenticity of that video. I know for a fact it was authentic. I even recorded the temperature, proving it couldn't have been the fog from the ocean. And I'm not going to give out the location, but the location is considerably far away from the ocean. But there was no fog. And to be honest, I didn't even see the vapor entity, the smoke entity. I didn't see it with my eyeballs. I didn't see it. So only the camera picked it up. So now with my 3 cameras, it's going to be like having 3 people. 3 angles. It'll be a lot more interesting. I do and would prefer to have 3 human beings or 2 other people with me. It's raining. It's full-blown sprinkling right now, pretty hard. I don't want to destroy this $700, $500 camera. We got this old Tascam recorder. This thing cost like $100, but it retails for more than that. I don't want to break it. I got this Rode lapel mic I spent a good $80 on. I don't want this stuff getting destroyed. But spirits exist. The red pill is recognizing we're in a dimension below a spirit dimension, and they see us all the time. They've always existed before we were here. After we will leave, they'll continue to exist, and we're probably going to join them. But there are different layers. I believe a layer of demons and a layer of human ghosts. So it's not all black and white. There's not just the other side, and there's spirits. There are different layers. Demons, I would have to conclude, are probably on the lowest of spirit dimensions. I believe human spirits ascend above the demons. In some Buddhist sects, they do believe evil people can turn into demons. And while I do believe in some of the Buddhist concepts, my grandfather being Buddhist, I respect Buddhism greatly. I personally do not believe humans can become demons. I think we remain humans. I think we go up to the 6th, 7th dimension, chill, and what happens after that, I'm not going to even begin to speculate. But I have many opinions and theories. People are going to agree with them, they're going to disagree with them. Stay tuned. You will see spirits exist, spirits are real. I'm not insulting anyone. I'm not making up false evidence. I'd rather be dead than make up false evidence. But as far as having a, catchy slogan and logo and music, if you don't have a catchy slogan and logo and music, you better be dang good looking or already pretty dang famous for YouTube to acknowledge you as anyone and ever recommend you. So that's advice to the fellow YouTubers. Do not become a YouTuber. Just don't do it. I do not recommend it. I do not recommend it at all. But if you want to become that famous YouTuber, this kid, who happens to be a relative of mine, said, "Oh, you're a YouTuber?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." He's like, "Awesome." To these little kids, YouTubers are celebrities. They see it as a status symbol, and I didn't want to show him my YouTube page. I showed him my gaming page, and he's like, that's cool. He assumed all YouTubers like PewDiePie and have millions of subs and millions of views and millions of dollars. Some of us just do it to share truth. I have literally hundreds of hours of ghost evidence I have yet to upload because of the format being like a funhouse mirror. There it is. Congratulations. You're going to get a lot of people mocking you. That's the typical response on YouTube. But I thank you for being a supporter. Greatly appreciative to the paypal.me/Rasmus PayPal donators. I'm greatly appreciative to the Teespring t-shirt purchasers. I have t-shirts. Check them out. Teespring.com/ you will see it in the description. You'll see actually my t-shirts on that bar. This channel, I'm surprised, and if I don't make enough videos to be recommended, I may lose the privilege of some of these things. Please support this channel. This channel runs on hopes and dreams and a few spare pennies here and there. No joke. That's the reality of it. I would love to go to the East Coast, to the Rockies, to Las Vegas. I know there's a couple haunted hotels there. I want to check out that haunted museum in Las Vegas. But I don't have the resources. Perhaps in the future. I thank you for watching. More stuff coming soon. Twitter.com/Rasmus. I'm not the best tweeter, but I'll follow you back. If you tell me, hey, I heard about you from your YouTube, I watch your videos, I'll follow you back. Until next time, this has been John Rasmus. Be seeing you.